I'm Robert Hudman from Knight Solutions, and welcome to another episode of Partner 5 and 5. Today we've got Ryan from Concurrent. How you doing, Ryan?
I'm doing great.
Awesome, great to have another partner on board, and we haven't had many, if any, on the procurement side, which is where you guys play. So really excited to go through it today. For anyone who hasn't seen it before, Partner 5 and 5 is 5 questions in roughly 5 minutes. We haven't made it yet, but really to bring light to existing and new Procore integrations that are out there, so you can get more out of Procore and connect the best in breed products out there. So, Ryan, we're going to try and keep it as close to 5 minutes as we can. So let's jump in. So our first question, just to kind of really orientate everyone in terms of what you guys do at Concurrent and what you're all about. What problem do you solve for those in construction?
Yeah, so jumping right into it, Concurrent. My name is Ryan Stokes from Concurrent. I'm the co-founder. But the problem that we solve, that's like a $1.2 trillion question. And
Yep.
it's something we get asked every week. Where are your materials? Traditional procurement puts 40 to 60% of your budget at risk.
hmm
So where we come into play, our problem solves where the materials are the largest single cost in commercial construction. So 90% of procurement is still manual. Teams are still using emails, phone calls,
hmm
spreadsheets, which creates silos of information. So you're missing that. You're getting delays. So we're in the space of pulling submittals and schedules together. Get rid
Okay.
of that distance. So we are a live procurement log that's fully integrated with Procore and imports your construction schedules into it. So we're looking to save time, reduce errors, and mitigate risk. So you're going to have company and project dashboards. It's a cloud-based procurement log, and it has custom reports.
Gotcha. And are you focusing obviously on the procurement side with that, more on the materials, subcontractors, bit of kind of everything, or how does that work?
So we're focused on like the GCs, construction managers, dealing with their subs, getting those scopes right, getting those lists, communicating with those teams, getting their schedules into place so that they can reduce those errors.
Yeah, nice. I think tying it back to schedule makes a lot of sense as well. We often say program on this side of the world, but we know that the schedule is much the same, and sticking to those timelines is super important. So let's just jump in and drill into a bit more detail with the second question. If you looked across your customers, and I'm sure you've got a range of different customers there as well, but what type of company do you work with mainly? And then, inside that type of company, what kind of role ends up using Concurrent on a day-to-day sort of thing the most?
Yeah, so we work with general contractors, commercial construction managers, dealing
Yep.
from commercial, healthcare, higher ed, the main gamut of those major spaces. And the
Yep.
product we're built for is project managers, project engineers, executives, and owners. So for
Mm,
project managers, we're looking to reduce time. So you're spent less time reviewing, searching for that information. Your engineers, we allow automation of those notifications so they can
okay.
communicate back and forth to subs, open the platform to them. So procurement is not just a silo of information. And then
Mm,
executives can jump in. Where are you at with your procurement through schedule? How much percent complete are you at? Is the project at risk? And get those high level insights at different levels.
yeah, I can also see like terminology we often use here is a kind of pre-construction procurement kind of team as well, just trying to, the quicker you let, the better the project tends to go. So that makes a lot of sense. You touched on it before, Ryan, but just want to drill in a bit more on the way it works with Procore. You talked about submittals and schedules, but just give us a bit of an overview of kind of where the data moves back and forth between Concurrent and Procore and how that kind of works at a high level, but just to give the audience a bit of an understanding.
Yeah. So we're concurrents coming in, we're landing right in the middle. So we're pulling in your schedule, importing your
hmm
schedules from P6, MS Project, whatever your teams are using for your schedules. And then
hmm
we're landing right between your submittals. So we'll pull all the way back to your contract dates and give a work back, work forward.
mm
So we're going to get those notifications and built in. So as submittals go through Procore, we're pulling in information, it's synced. You're not spending all that time doing data entry, manual entry. It's going to pull in automatically. We can link those procurement items to submittals, so you can start to build that out because submittals aren't procurement, and you're
mm
going to get real-time updates. So your teams aren't spending hours updating spreadsheets. They're actively back in the field and
mm.
seeing what the impacts actually are.
You got to that. That makes sense. So the submittals effectively become that syncing point for date, detail, and kind of packages, and you've got the schedule to bring in the direct dates. That makes more sense. So, if someone's listening to this and thinks, look, Concurrent sounds like something we should check out a bit more. One of the big things for me, having been a Procore customer for years and other construction solutions, is everything that comes after the purchase. So the support. What is it like for customers who buy Concurrent in terms of getting it rolled out and set up, and then ongoing support from the team?
Yeah, so a real key aspect for us, we know how critical time is on with projects, so we're interested in keeping it simple.
Mm,
We do a quick onboarding. You can be up and live within 2 hours with our onboarding team, and then we're going to do weekly check-ins. It's more of
okay.
a conversation. We're building a partnership,
Mm,
and we're trying to make your team successful. So your success is our success.
mm,
So we're quickly onboarding, and then you'll do several weeks of onboarding with your teams, and you get you live and going. We also are building out our training videos,
mm.
so quickly get into those. Um,
It sounds like it's kind of like, I don't want to use the term plug and play, but it sounds like the setup process is pretty straightforward.
Yeah, we built our platform based off what GCs have been used to, those spreadsheets. So
Mm,
the interface is quick, easy, and
okay.
simple. And we're
Yeah, so
trying
it
to
can
do a tool
transfer.
that is quick and
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah, everyone in construction is still quite used to the old table spreadsheet, that's for sure. So, look, fifth question, I think we're doing pretty good for time, just quietly, Ryan. Um, Looking forward, I know you can't always talk about it in detail, but the next sort of 6 to 12 months, is there any way you're looking at taking the product or any sort of features you're really excited about releasing that you wanted to mention?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the big things, you're jumping into a new product, you're onboarding with Procore, you're already using it so much. A big thing for us is going to be the Procore side panel integration. So
Yeah,
not only can you do
that's
your
great.
submittal, you can start to see that downward flow. What is it going to
Mm.
happen to our procurement? So we're working on our side panel integration, which is going to be huge.
Yeah, yeah. We've been quietly waiting to see a few more Procore partners do that. I think Document Crunch was one of the first that did it. Funny name, great product, but I think there's a really good opportunity there to kind of contextualize those integrations instead of having to go to Concurrent or any other thing. Is that it opens up somewhat, let's say magically, in the place where you're already in Procore, and I think that sounds good. I don't know if I cut you off. If there's anything else you wanted to add, or that's the big one, which is a big one.
That is the big one for us right now. Down the line, if you're asking me like 12 months down the line, on the horizon, we've got our API AI chatbot that we're trying to build up right
Yeah,
now
nice.
also.
Oh, that sounds like a good suite of tools. Well, Ryan, I stopped watching the clock, but I think we might be getting pretty close to the five, which is great. But look, great to catch up. So if you're out there looking at a solution that integrates with Procore to manage procurement and deeply integrate with submittals, schedules, and all that sort of stuff, we'll definitely provide some details to Ryan and the team to reach out. Obviously, I'm Australian. Ryan is not over in the US, but they've confirmed they're definitely happy to work with Australian customers, and we'd be more than happy to connect with you. So, Ryan, thanks for your time today, and we look forward to catching up in the future.
Sounds good. Look forward to it.
Thanks, Ryan. Cheers.
Thank you.